Hey, this your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks, and welcome to another episode of Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. And this is part two of Porn Star Need Love Too. So I hope you enjoyed last week and you'll definitely enjoy this week. Here we go.
Exactly. Yeah, I got you. I got you. All right, so this is what I'm doing. So before the break, I had said something about the social connection. And so earlier this week, I had posted a post. And it was like, what's the biggest assumption for a porn star, sex worker, or a stripper? And I got a lot of very interesting answers. Quite a few. I did not write them all down, but I'm going to share a few with you. So at Billy Ray Valentine 830 said that they would never date or even bother to conversate with a non-celebrity or someone who isn't in the industry. And I guess for you, we really can't because you talk to them all the time, especially with, when you work in the trade shows and career. So you kind of know the inside of it. Are there some that won't talk? Shit, some of them won't talk to another porn star. That's just, how, some people are. But you'd be very amazed at how many of the guys and the girls are looking for true and real love and real relationships that can be able to handle their job choice or their career choice in it. So it is that is one of the biggest we get misconception. I hope I'm saying it right. If I'm not, just
that was the word I was going to use, misconception.
Yeah, of it all. Shooter's Kitchen said you cannot make them into a wife.
That's bogus. That's BS. That's the farthest thing from the truth. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants to go home and live their normal life. What you consider a normal life may not be what they consider a normal life.
Right.
What they consider a normal life may not be what you consider a normal life. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, think about it. Most have children. Most have a spouse. Mm-hmm. Whether or not, remember the one saying, performers only date other performers. That's farthest from the truth. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's don't get me started on that one.
All right. So my buddy, DJ Casely said the biggest assumption that they all will fuck anyone for money because of their occupation. Yeah. People confuse entertainment with reality. It's their job. After work, a lot of them go home to their spouse or just go home. There are some that there are some that get down for the crown, but overall, it's just another hustle. Mm-hmm. You totally agree with that?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I kind of said it before. And I didn't even see these answers, so that's pretty good. That I was, someone has the same thought process as I do.
Yeah, and it was very surprising that there were actually a lot of people that did say that. And can I be very honest? I didn't know if they were just coming on my page and saying it on my page because I do show something different. And I think all of the young ladies in the industry, they kind of show their whole thing differently about who their brand is. And for me, Naomi is a part of me. It is a part of my persona, and so is my real persona. There are a blend of the mix in one. That's what create of who I am. As I got older and came to realize that Naomi would never go away. Mm-hmm. So what is it that I can do to make me feel totally whole? It's just me being totally whole and honest with both my branding of Naomi and who I am as a person and as a woman. So that is what I portray on my page. But some people are just not there or not trying to be there. Not saying that I'm here and they're there. It's just some people look at, okay, this is who my persona is. This is who this is, and this is all that I'm going to show my fans, the consumers, or whatever like that. For some reason, I have a different purpose in life. And for me to be, it's even weird how I even got into the industry. It was a choice that I made, but people think, you made that choice? Yes, I did. That goes on to the very last one. Did I write that? Yeah. So JJJ's diner says they have daddy issues, moral bankruptcy, childhood trauma, a lack of self-respect, low IQ, they are a psychopath, drug addictions are a necessity to be in the sex work industry. Nobody fucks up their life like that without reason.
No. Oh, those are myths. Every single one of those right there is a myth. You know, my best friend is an adult film performer, and yes, did she have a struggle with drugs? Yes, but now she's 2 years sober.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to tell me that once you are in it, you're going to be an addict the entire time? No, that's the farthest thing from the truth.
Exactly.
Everyone can overcome whatever struggles that they may have, but because they do porn, that makes them all that? No, that is not true.
Right. You know, the thing is too is that people don't understand that there are a lot of people in every career choice. You have pastors that have drugs or been on drugs. You have doctors and lawyers that's been on drugs and maybe still on drugs. You had some people that were actually in surgery on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, baby, the president been on drugs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just putting that out there, but you know, you can't just give it to one to one group of people.
Exactly. It's sad because everyone thinks that, like you were mentioning, all those different professions,
Mm-hmm.
that they carry the stigma that they're higher and better than everyone else. But at the end of the day, we're all human.
Exactly.
We all have our flaws,
Yes.
and we all have our different problems. But no, just because you do sex work, no, you don't have daddy issues because you're a sex worker.
Right.
I've met parents of different adult film performers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're proud of their child just as any parent is proud of their child.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You absolutely right. I know mine was. I mean, honestly, they are. They was. I say was because my dad passed away, but my mom, I mean, she loves the way that I carry myself. I continue to carry myself the same way throughout everything that I've done in life. I don't know anything else but to do that. I was going to ask you a question. I was about to be a little messy here. Just a little bit. Okay, so let me ask you this, and this is probably, I'm asking the question that probably a lot of people is going to be asking or even thinking. Is two. How was the sex life?
Oh, it was good.
Was it what you thought it would be having sex with a porn star versus average girl?
I didn't think of it like that.
Okay.
I thought of it as just like sex with any other woman. Like, I didn't feel like, oh, because it's a porn star, she's giving like that porn star performance.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of it that way. So it was just to me like, oh, okay, it was sex.
Okay. Did you watch her movies while dating her?
No.
You didn't?
No. And I actually have a funny story about this. After the one show, she had so many different DVDs and everything with her. I said, well, I'll take some of these with, because that way, you know, you're going to be at the next show. I'll have them with and everything, because the next show was in Chicago, so I could actually just drive them over. And when I brought them, she's like, you didn't watch any of these, did you? I was like, no. Like, I like you way too much to even consider watching any of these.
Why didn't you? I mean, I'm telling people, why didn't you? Why didn't you watch? Why didn't you?
I really liked her. And I did not want to have that stigma of I'm watching this person when I was getting to know who she is.
That person.
Right.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I understand. All right, so I also did a IG poll on the story, and it was IG story. I posted up a poll, and I wanted to know if anyone would date a porn star. And I was very surprised at the percentage of people that of how it was. It was 86% yes and 14% no.
And you remember my comment on this one? Because I sent you a comment.
Yeah. What was the comment?
I think really what it is, everyone just thinks I'm dating this performer. It's being a fanboy.
Mm-hmm.
All it is, and they can walk around and tell all their friends, hey, I'm dating Naomi Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, do you know who that is and everything? They have that fanboy persona still going out there.
Mm-hmm.
But they could not handle them. They could not handle the situation of, oh, okay, here's my girlfriend. Well, she's going to a shoot today. Well, who are you working with?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we all have the internet. So you're like, oh my God, it's this guy. Oh, we gotta look up. Oh my God.
So then they start comparing
You got
things.
it. You got it. And they're all of a sudden freaking out. Oh my gosh, she's gonna be with this guy. And what's gonna happen after? Oh, what if it's multiple sex partners? Oh, what's gonna happen next? Oh, how many times are you doing this? What time are you gonna be home at? Oh, are you sure? Like everything becomes a question, and that's when, like you said at the very beginning, you have to kind of like check your ego at the door. At this point, you have to, if you really do like her, you have to A, accept what she's going to be doing, B, have total trust, faith, and confidence that no matter what, at the end of the day, she is going to be coming home to you. Most important thing that you say is be safe, because you don't know the locations of these shoots. That's what you should be more worried about than anything else. You also don't know about, okay, what's going to be going on afterwards, in the sense of, okay, we mentioned, someone said everyone's a drug addict. I'm not saying that all performers are not, but there are some that do.
I mean, in regular day life, it is. Yes. But I can be very honest. I've never seen drugs on set.
Okay.
Like I've never, like, really. When I came in, I really kind of prepared myself for the worst, not knowing, going in it prejudged just from things that I heard or saw, just from certain people. But honestly, I was in the music business. I probably seen more bullshit in the music business than I did in the adult entertainment business, and that
says a lot.
That's a real, yeah. That's on a real. I think I met a lot more genuine people in the adult industry, and that's for me. I don't know about nobody else's story, but I can only tell mine. And maybe because it was the way that I probably approached or talked to them, that they knew that they had to come to me in a certain type of way for us to even have any kind of relationship where versus is speaking or anything like that. I never dated inside of the industry, and I never will. That's like me shitting where I eat.
Exactly.
And I that's something I wouldn't do at all. I've always had separated that from my personal. I've always done that. I know quite a few ladies that dated within the relationships, that I was friends with, a lot of them that were couples for a long time. Some of them were even engaged to be married. And you really see how that does unfolds everything. Because sometimes, I mean, the thing is that, especially when you're dating a man that's in the industry, their biggest thing is their pop. And if everybody don't understand what the pop is the cum shot. Is when it comes. And the biggest cum shot is the best cum shot. You understand? And for men to be able to build and have that all up, they can't be doing sex all the time like that, especially when they're not on set. You have some guys that shoot 2 or 3 times a day. So imagine you go home to your wife or to your girlfriend and they're horny and they want sex. But you can't give them that. Because that is how you pay your bills. That's a whole topic in the story altogether. Another show that will be coming to you soon. But it's very hard for performers, especially males, to date outside of the industry as well as inside the industry, because it will take a toll, as I said before, on that woman or on that man, because you have to check your egos, because it's really not you. It's about what their job in details of what they need to do. And then on the flip side, for the men, it's mostly is they're measuring. Well, did he do that better than I did? And honestly, yeah, he did, because he was paid to do that. Now I can teach you how to do that. You want to get taught how to do that? Then we can, But and that's something that people got to understand. When we perform on, we take it to a whole nother level, because that is what we paid for. We are paid to entertain and seduce. The cameras. That is, we are paid to fuck you here. So if we can't fuck you here, then we should not be on that camera. Honestly. That is what, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest and real. That is just what that is. So honestly, and I'm going to say this one more time. If you are truly comfortable with yourself and you can check your ego and you look at it as specifically that it is a job, then it's a possibility that you can date a sex worker. But also, that sex worker has to be good up here as well, and good up here as well as too, and know that they are worthy to be loved. So it goes both ways. It go both ways. You agree?
Absolutely.
Agree? All right. So to end this out, we got my tops, and what my tops is every week I will have, depending on what the topic is, I will have between my top 5 or my top 10 or whatever it is. It's a countdown. So these are the top 5 misconceptions of porn stars. Number 5, all porn stars are rich.
Oh,
No.
God,
No. No, they're not. There's a few, but not everybody. No, they're not. Number 4, they all been abused or some kind of trauma in their childhood lives. No, not all of them. Some of them have, and I know because I've interviewed them when I had Playboy Radio, when I was a host on Playboy Radio. I had quite a few that was on my couch, and we talked, and the social worker came out of me to really, talk to them about it, and they were very trying conversations with them. I remember, now I'm about to go somewhere else, I remember being on set, and it was a young lady that every time I saw her, she had a little, what you call those little things that you have the drinks in, flask. She had a flask, and she would always have something to drink, a little liquor in there, so she can be able to do what she's doing. But also she was a dancer as well. And so I remember always having this conversation with her. And she said, "You want something?" I said, "No. I have to be a clear mind and clear head while I'm performing here, because I want to make sure that ain't nothing else happening while I'm in this position." But then I had told her, I said, "You know what?" I said, if you have to do that, to do this, then this is not where you're supposed to be. This is not where you're supposed to be. So to some of it, it is true. But guess what? There are people that are doctors, lawyers, that are in politicians, that are preachers, that are teachers, that have all had childhood trauma. That all had childhood trauma. So just don't put that on the people that are sex workers. There are some sex workers out there that are genius. Their IQ is out the roof.
and multiple degrees.
Yes, multiple degrees. When I say about y'all have to stop judging these people, stop judging us, because you don't know our true story. So allow us to be the narrator of our own stories. Don't be that for us. We don't need that. We do fine on our own. We really do. All right, let me keep on going because I'm going out. Number 3, they will have sex. They will have sex with anyone who has money. That's not true, because I live out by the all money ain't good money.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I live. And I know quite a few of the young ladies that I've been close with. Some of them, they don't. Some of them. And even if you were hired for a scene and they like, well, who's in this scene or whatever, no, I don't want it. I know that's how it was. And I know a few other girls were like that too. And even the guys. I know one specifically was like, "Hey Naomi, this person in here, I don't forgive me, but I'm gonna pass." And this was a guy passing because it was another guy that was in the scene with us, and he did not want to be, with him. So he said, "I'm just gonna pass on that one." So trust and believe that so-called moral compass that we don't have, we do. It might not be with your. I don't think anyone's morals are the same.
Oh, no.
No, I don't think so. But for us, that is ours, and that's just what it is. Okay. And number 2, they're all on drugs. I think we kind of said that before. No, they're not, because I'm not on drugs. And I know quite a few of the people that I've ran around with, they're not. Some, do smoke weed, but weed is not
It's legalized.
yeah, it's legalized. I smoke some weed now, but mostly for my headache. No, but for real, just here and there, a little bit. But like I said, there are drugs in every profession that is out there, even in ministry. And I'm gonna keep saying this because I hope that minister do come back and he, watch this, because him himself might be, old, what do you call that? Rehabilitated
Oh, you got
drug
it.
addict.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. He's reformed.
Yeah, reform.
He's reformed.
Reform. See, I'm getting lost with my words. A reformed, drug addict or whatever. And one thing is that I remember hearing, I'm getting a little off tune just a little bit, about addictions. Are there porn addictions? Yes. There's food addictions. There are wig addiction, because I have a wig addiction. There are, and that's true. You have to deal with someone else's mental, and they need to go get help for that. But to blame the whole entire group, I don't think is fair. What I do believe is that we need to start educating people. We really do. We need to start educating people and stop shaming sex workers, whether they are strippers, prostitution, porn stars. I believe we really definitely do. Sometimes you don't know, some of these people look at these videos to just find out how can they be comfortable with their spouse or loved one or whatever. They can kind of ease them into getting into their sexual preferences, because one thing is that we all are sexual beings. We were created through the act of sex. So how could the very thing that has put us on this earth, or why we're here, that we can make it so shameful? That's why we need to start educating people on what it really is. And it has to start when kids are younger, so you can start with that correct language to speak to them, so they not be shamed and know when to tell somebody not to touch me here or there. So in that matter. But that's for a whole nother topic in hand. Okay, and number 1, they are addicted to sex and they need it all the time. No. That is not it. No, that is not it. No, that is not. I'm thinking about, no. That's not it. Do I like to get my freak on? Yeah, I do. But no, that's not it.
No, not even close.
No, not even close. Not even close. All right, so actually we're kind of done. I had a great time.
This was great. I love the opening conversation. It was really good, because we're friends. It's very easy.
Right,
It's one-on-one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I said, to actually tell the story, to get it out there, it was actually very, very kind of like, not like the weight off my shoulders and everything, but to let other people know, like, yeah, this is actually, like, it is possible. You can actually date an adult film performer if you're not in the industry, but just the difficult struggles that you go through, whether or not it is the right person for you or not.
Exactly. And we were supposed to have another guest here. Beautiful, you might know her, Ariana Starr. Beautiful young lady. She was not only in the adult industry, but she also was a kid celebrity star as well. She couldn't make it with us today, but she definitely said she wants to sit in on this, because she has a story and a journey in herself. And as I told her before I got today, I told her, you are more than welcome. I would love to be able to share your story, so people can actually hear it. And it's really it's bridging the gap. Why I continue to leave it Ask Naomi, but bridging the gap is because there's so many people still have so many questions about their sexuality, about their sexual being, about being able to communicate with somebody, not only through sex, but just through a spiritual connection, or, through that of trusting and communication, all of that, as well as understanding, coming from the other end, is understanding, why do they do that? Why are they like that? Why are, this and this and this? And I just want to, bridge it all together, because we do have cultural differences. You have some people that are from over in India or whatever, that are not allowed to wear certain things and things of that sort. So sometimes they do go to, porn or sex. With this podcast, I wanted to make it to where it is a big melting pot that everybody could come together and truly understand each other. We might not agree, but we can respectfully go our separate ways, but respect what that other person said and move on, and have great relationships between each other. All right, so again, I want to thank you, Rob,
Thank you so
for
much, Natalie.
stopping by. I'm definitely going to have you back on. As well as my listeners, thank you guys for tuning in here at Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. I'm going to be here every week giving you some of the really great stories. Also, if you need any love relationship advice, you can always email me at info@axnaomi.com. As well as don't forget to follow me on my IG. That's IG at The Real Naomi Banks, and I'll spell it. That's NYOMIBANKS, as well as at Ask Naomi. And follow me on Twitter too. And that is I am Naomi Banks. So let me spell it for you. It's NYOMIBAN, and that's with the triple X. Well, that's it.
Awesome.
This our first one. All right, as I always say, always keep it sexy and be good to one another.